ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and the Supreme Court has just given a big victory to President Donald Trump. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. You know, I don't know what I like more, when President Donald Trump gets a victory or when the liberals go crazy about the victory that President Donald Trump just got. You know, one of my favorite pastimes on YouTube has been, since 2016 election and now the 2024 election, to watch the liberal meltdowns after Trump wins an election. It's actually quite satisfying, and there's plenty of videos on here where you can just watch that and enjoy, and I think you should. It's cathartic. Well, I'm going to give you a video. I'm going to give you a video of a meltdown. See, Jen Psaki, the former White House press secretary for Joe Biden, she absolutely had a meltdown after the Supreme Court decided that, yes, the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, formerly headed by Elon Musk, but Elon Musk still believes very much in it, has granted permission, the Supreme Court has granted permission to DOGE to access the Social Security records that Democrats were determined to keep them from. And I know Democrats want you to believe that he's going to go after everybody, so there's 300-something million people in this country. You think he's going after your Social Security? You think the richest man in the world cares about your Social Security number? No. They're going after the Social Security numbers of people who are here illegally. People who may be 300 years old, somehow still having an active Social Security number. That's who they're going after. They're trying to find out who's fraudulently using Social Security numbers. That's what's going on here. The Supreme Court, it was a 6-3 decision, conservative versus liberals, gave the green light, and even Justice Jackson, Ketanji Jackson, the liberal, she went most out of her mind, I think, about this in her dissent. Even she was freaking out. And Jen Psaki continued it, and I think it's enjoyable to watch. So I'm going to give you that video, and I'd like you to let me know what you think in the comments.
His wife and family. But we also have some other breaking news to get to tonight out of the Supreme Court that could have impacts on everyone. Because late today, in a decision split along ideological lines, the justices granted Elon Musk's DOGE team access to the highly sensitive Social Security records of every American as the case moves forward. The court also handed DOGE a second victory by saying that DOGE does not have to turn over its internal records to a government watchdog group, which, by the way, is completely bananas and as crazy as it sounds, and alarming, and we're going to talk about that. The 3 liberal justices dissented in both decisions, and in the matter of whether DOGE staffers could access Social Security data, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson wrote an absolutely blistering dissent, and I wanted to read some of it to you. Here's part of what she said, quote, "Once again, this court dons its emergency responder gear, rushes to the scene, and uses its equitable power to fan the flames rather than extinguish them." She went on to accuse her conservative fellow justices of giving unfettered data access to DOGE despite its failure to show any need or any interest in complying with existing privacy safeguards. And she also accuses them of jettisoning careful judicial decision-making and creating grave privacy risks for millions of Americans in the process. And I hate to say this, but she is completely right. I mean, this Social Security news may seem like a dry story about access to data, but it is a huge freaking deal and will continue to be. Because Social Security numbers are the key to accessing just about every facet of life in America, from your bank account to your job to your actual Social Security check. And there are other reasons to be concerned about this, too. Like, for example, who exactly will be getting access to this data? I mean, you may remember the name Marco Alez. He's the DOGE staffer. You can see him right there on the screen.